we don't need it. Then I asked that these things are unnecessary to copy paste. If you have a proof of delivery, you don't need that. This parcel deliver at this address. Here is the copy of this line. You need to copy from the carrier website to copy and paste and resolve the issue. So you just
Right.
provide the proof of delivery. So no, it's not in the system. We are not doing anything on a copy paste. Maybe they resolve the issue like that. So it increased our. Before that, they give us a target that we have to resolve the tickets 80 per day. Now they said that we have resolved the ticket 100 per day because we are not doing too much stuff over there. So just make it more easy and efficient way we are doing now.
Right, perfect. So, do you have any direct reports over here as well? Did you oversee any training aspect in this role too?
Training, they do give a training like how to work with the fraud department, how to investigate, and if there is no such as a software is involved over there, but
Okay.
uh, yeah, but they tell us how to investigate, how to figure out how I know this device is customer is saying that I didn't receive, but I can check in the system, and the system is showing that this device is active and someone is using their messages. I can see how many the message they use and the peak time they talk and this and that. So I can't refund, and they are saying that didn't receive, but on system they are using the device. So they give a training about those.
Right. So you have mentioned this electronic tracking and ordering system as well in your resume. So,
Hmm.
yeah, did you use this on a daily basis, and was it implemented recently, or was it something that has always been there? And how did it help you transform any challenging management projects into success stories?
About the tracking system.
Yeah, if it
Um,
helped you resolve any issues in tracking.
yeah, it helps a lot because a customer is saying that I ordered this item or a part, but I didn't receive. Then I go to a tracking system and check what happened. Sometime it's the customer order give the order, but they on the retail store they give the order and they accept on the retail store. And but warehouse they cancel those orders. The reason is that they don't have those items, and customer is waiting over there. So they say I didn't get my part, the parcel. So then I go to
Yeah.
the tracking system and check that what happened. If the is there any track system give me the tracking number of the any carrier that this is the label was created, and what is the status, is it shipped out or not, or the order is already canceled. So over there I can see that what happened to the part. So then I contact to the vendor, the end user, that okay, they canceled the order, so here is your refund, and we shipped out to you. This is a proof that and we can check from the is a
Right.
loss or is a damage or what happened. So it give me uh, the detail on the order tracker.
Right. And you also mentioned demand forecasting, right?
And costing, demand for costing.
Yeah, demand forecasting. So, which forecasting techniques did you use for it, and how did you synchronize the supply and demand cycle using this real-time information?
Demand costing, we no, I didn't mention about that.
It's written over here that you work with freight vendors to forecast
Oh
demand
yeah,
and
yes,
sell.
yes,
Yeah,
yeah. So for this purpose, because after every 6 months, we use the pivot table and Excel to generate that how many item is lost by the FedEx or UPS or USPS. So write down all those items and the quantities which we got the loss or damage, or you can say that we refund the customer even if delivered. So
yeah,
filter out those things, and then uh, uh, give a proof that customer didn't get, and then I have to put a claim against that items and send that to the carrier over there to FedEx and DHL, that you have to give me the refund that my customer didn't get back. It is due to you. So they approve that claim, and they refund back to us. Like with the FedEx, I will, if they miss any single item, that's a standard we have. We have to put a claim of $500.
Right,
So with
right,
the you with the UPS, we put 100. So um, every 6 months we generate that report and send to different carrier, and claim against the loss or damage or loss in transit items, and send to them, and fight for the claim. And if it's approved, then they get back from the transportation, I mean from the FedEx and the DHL. They give back the
right.
amount to our company. Yeah. So in this
Okay.
way, we get some revenue for the company as well. Yeah.
Yeah. So how much would you say that are you able to generate some revenue for your company?
I mean, every day, if I'm resolving 200 issues every day, and there is more than 70% I'm going to claim.
Right,
So to the customer didn't get, it is the fault of the carrier. So 60 to 70% I will put a claim. So out of 100, they will 60-70% I will get a claim back from the FedEx.
right,
Even
right.
yeah.
And is that an average number of issues you resolve every day, or is that like a general amount you're saying? Do you actually resolve 200 issues per day?
Yes, around I do resolve 200, and 60-70% I just put a claim to the FedEx and the UPS.
Right. So, and they're mostly inventory tracking issues or shipment tracking issues.
Yes, loss in transit, damage.
Right,
Sometimes they deliver and the item was damaged. Customer is not happy. Hey, I got a damaged item, so I'm going to return it back, and this and that. Then we ask to the customer, do you need to replacement? Or you want to refund, or what you want? So if they say that, oh, no, I need a refund. No, I need a new item. So we have to talk to them. But if they damage, and we have to put a claim against them
right,
to the
right.
carrier.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you manage all of these correspondence with the customers yourself? Like, are you the company spokesperson for the customer correspondence?
No, we are the final authority to resolve it. If it's not resolved by from the call center
Yeah,
we talk to them. If they are not able to resolve the issue, that comes back to me. If they are able to resolve the issue, then it's okay. If the customer go to the retail store or want to, they receive a damaged part, the phone, for example, and go to the retail, their local retail. Hey, I received this part. See, it's a damage, so I want to return, and they will take them back and refund right away to them. So it's not come to
right.
me. But the
Okay,
issues which they are not able to resolve, that come back to me. I'm not a direct contact with
okay,
the
got it.
yeah.
Customers. Okay. And are you in direct contact with the suppliers or not?
Yes, we are different vendors: LG, Samsung, Apple, and Sony, and Quanta, and like all those gadgets companies. We are in a contact direct. I'm the direct
Right.
in a contact. Yeah.
Okay. So, have you faced any experience and a challenging experience with the vendor that you had to resolve on your own? Any negative experience that you had to turn into a positive one? Did you take any steps to like foster one-on-one long-term relationships with the vendor to improve the vendor relationship management?
Yes, it's every day. For example, the customer order a Sony laptop, and or something gadget from the third vendors, and the next minute they place order, and next minute there is a issue that, oh no, I don't, I just changed my mind. I want to cancel this one. Then it
Right.
the, the issue come back to me in somehow. If they couldn't resolve, then it come back to me. Then I will talk to vendor. I don't, my customer don't need it. Please cancel this order. Don't ship out. And sometimes they say that, oh no, my system is saying that it's already shipped out. But
Yeah.
my system is, if I check in my system, it's saying that it's not shipped out. It's just released. So there's a
Yeah.
different terminology used. Release means they are going to release. It's not shipped out. I say that it's just released, it's not shipped out. No, it's shipped out, it's already. Then they have to provide me the tracking number, this and that. If there's it's a long story. It's not resolved in 1 week with the third vendors. So sometime say that I can't cancel, it will go, but I can't hold the customer. Customer maybe need if they change their mind, and maybe they need the product next minute, and they
Yeah.
want to they are going out of country, and this and that. Anything can happen. So I can't say that customer that, oh, okay, give me 1 week, then I will resolve the issue. No, what I no, I will put aside the vendor. I will resolve the issue with them later. The first I will come back
Address
to
your
my
customer's need. Okay.
customer. Okay, I'm going to refund. You can buy somewhere else, or you can go to the retail, or you can give a new order whenever you want, but the money is back in your pocket. Then I come back to the vendors, and we can't cancel. Then they have to investigate if they shipped out. I will say that no, you have to take it back because I already refund to my customer. Then that's their responsibility to contact their carrier that, okay, bring it back and this and that.
Yeah.
So yeah, there is an
Yeah. So you have
issue
to
every
act
day.
like your client's advocate in front of the vendors.
Yes, I have to fight for my clients with the vendors.
Right. So, have you ever faced a situation where a vendor has been unable to meet their deadlines of their deliveries?
Yes, there is a lot. I mean, customer send them back their gadgets to the third vendors, and they said that there's a warranty period, and the customer sometimes the customer don't know what is that warranty period time, is a 6 months or 1 year. Sometimes they send after 1 year, and the vendor say that I'm not going to fix this laptop for the customer. No, then I will ask why you want. No, look at the account. They are sending me after 12 months, so the warranty period has gone. So if they need to repair, then they have pay me extra. And the customer is never ever willing to pay extra. They always argue, don't know, I need to free for this and that. And then we have to negotiate with them. Okay, do this is a first time customer. Do from my favor and resolve the issue, fix them, and then if it's come back a second time, then don't do it like those. So we have
Right.
to conflict with them. Yeah.
Yeah. So, since you have to negotiate with them so much, how do you make sure that you have like really good, strong relationship with the vendors?
It's always good. They never do like that. They can't say straight no. If they say me no, then they have to give me the proof that why they are saying me no. So then
Right.
if
I'm just asking, like, do you take any steps to make sure that you forge long-lasting relationships with your vendors?
yes, we go like that because we can't even. Sometimes they help us to resolve the issue. Even they know that we are wrong. So it's a, like a relationship with them. You know.
It's like
So
mutually beneficial.
yes.
Right. Okay. So let's talk about if you can think of any other challenge that comes to your mind that you have helped solve that has like really good effects on your company. Any process that you thought of on your own, or anything that you did to improve, um, anything that you did to improve inventory or to maintain adequate safety stock levels or anything of that sort.
Um, I did one project. I mean, uh, uh, in 2017, there is a Samsung issue. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, so there was a recall, and
Right.
yeah, so we issued around 12,000 items out when it was launched, and it was next day it was a recall due to the battery issue. So we have
Right.
project to resolve those things. So there I helped a lot to help to talk to the management how we can resolve the issue, because we have to resolve the issue within 24 hours. We can't delay more than that if
Right.
any issue comes up. So we don't know how to. We are so under pressure that how we resolve those 12,000 the issue. So
Yeah.
then I said that instead of we start from one page and take a ticket one by one. So I suggest that make a group and give first 10 page to that group, next 10 page to that group, and that group, and spend some extra times, then we resolve those issues
In a
with
timely
that. And
manner?
yes, we did. And I think I don't know, I got the letter from the higher management that I don't know what they use it. There is a 6.10. That was the peak level something, and I achieved 6.5 on that day. I mean, the speed ratio like that, I resolved I think more than 1,000 issues on that in a speedy way. So I got
Oh,
an
that's
email.
very impressive. Yeah, if you can just later on check the email, the letter, and
Oh,
send me over.
that was
Yeah,
yeah, that was in last year. It's gone now. It's not. I came back, but I don't think so. It's 2 years ago now. It's 2017. So I forget to print out that email,
yeah, okay,
but
that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, okay.
uh,
So, you mentioned that you had to meet a very strict deadline. In 24 hours, you had to solve so many issues, and you recommended a solution for it, a grouping solution for it, and then that system was implemented, and because of that, timely resolution of the issues took place, right? What other
yeah.
impact, yeah, what other impact would you say that did your initiative have upon the company?
Um, that's I told you about before. I think about the Six Sigma program, the copy paste, and
Yeah, 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 you did.
yeah. So it
Right.
also increase the productivity and those things. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So can you think of any instance where you made recommendations for error reduction in the inventory, or where you improved the picking, or where you improved the product visibility? I know you said you didn't have direct contact with the inventory in this role, but any recommendations that you made to improve the warehousing operations process?
Um, mm, it's not as a, because I just resolve the only the issues that come up on the system. So I have to talk to the uh, those I mean to the warehouse to about the cancel order if any change in that. I mean there is no as a direct that I can recommend that because I'm not there about the inventory. I'm not counting. I'm not looking. I'm not receiving anything. So I just this job is just only to resolve the issues, the customer,
Right.
to work with the fraud, and lots other on the system. We are working just only on the system.
Right. So can you elaborate a little on the fraud, working on the fraud aspect as well? Just a few quantifiable achievements about what role did you play in reducing the fraud over there?
Yes, whenever we have a bulk orders like it's
Yeah.
35, 36 items is going over there, and we are just placing the orders, and the company or government corporate offices, they have the bulk orders, and the companies they have over there, and they deliver over there, and they are saying that we didn't get it. So I will not uh, even I have all the proof that they didn't get it, right? Even
Right.
if it lost in the transit, even the FedEx is saying that, oh, we didn't deliver it. Still, I'm not going to refund because I have to work with the fraud because it's a big amount over there. So fraud will go over there is the actual account or not, and I will get approved from the fraud department that this is a fraud. Don't refund, and no, this is not a fraud. You can refund to the customer, and still even the fraud, if the fraud will say me that oh, you can refund to the customer, still I will get involve my manager and get approval from them that are you willing to refund me on that such big amount. Even I have approval from the fraud. So in a nutshell, then if there is a big amount, always I have to contact the fraud, and fraud investigate about that
Right.
account. Yes.
And how many accounts would you say you would have resolved in this way?
The in with the fraud,
Yeah.
um I can say like it's not uh, too much. It's mean you can say that twice a month, two or three in a month, or one in a
Right.
month. Yeah,
Right. Yeah. Or
because
maybe you can.
the reason is that whenever someone places a big order, it goes
Yeah.
through first with the fraud department, then they approve, then they order, then it goes to the warehouse, and then they release the equipment to the customer.
Right. Right. So
Yeah.
the two or three you resolve per month, they must be like big, high dollar accounts, right?
Yes,
Big
yes,
orders.
high
Yeah.
dollar. Yes, yes.
Yeah. So how much would you say that you were able to save in terms of money by identifying this?
Yeah, if we see that someone is indulged in a fraud activity, then it save like 30. Last time I remember $40,000 amount I just saved, and they investigate and they find out this is a fraud, and the amount was on their account. They are demanding to refund $40,000.
Right.
So
Right.
after the
That's pretty
investigation,
impressive.
when they investigated the whole thing, so the account was fraud. So they did investigate, and they didn't refund, and that customer didn't ask again after that when we didn't
Right.
refund. If it's not a
Okay.
fraud, that definitely they'll come back.
Okay. And that's the average amount of all of these accounts, right? Like around $40,000.
40, 35, the big always
Yeah.
whenever we contact in a fraud, the amount is around like that.
Okay, perfect. Another thing is that you have mentioned this ticket resolution for the customer request. So how much would you say, how long is your average issue resolving time or your average customer response time for these things?
It is, from my experience, one issue, the average, you can say that take 2 to 3 minutes to resolve the issue.
Right. And is that like the first response time or is that the entire time to resolve the issue?
The entire process, yes.
The entire process, okay. That's
Yes,
pretty quick. Yeah.
yeah.
So, do you use any special
It
tools for
depend
making
on,
sure?
if there is a different kind of scenarios, but
Right.
this is a common
This
one
is
I
the
told you.
yeah, okay, yeah, perfect. The average time is fine. So if you can just like briefly tell me about the course of action that you take to achieve this 2 to 3 minute average revolution time.
Say again.
Yeah, the course of action that you take, just tell me briefly, what do you do to make sure that you achieve the results in a short span of time?
The result that we the first intact is that to keep customers satisfied, that they the issue they raise, they raise the issue that is resolved. The first
Yeah,
thing is
right.
that